Every month, I look beyond the headlines to help you understand what's really happening in our Des Moines, Iowa housing market. And this month, there's something in the July numbers that really caught my attention. Here's your local real estate market update for the Des Moines, Iowa metro area, as well as our surrounding communities of West Des Moines, Clive, Waukee, Urbandale, Johnston, Ankeny, and others for July of 2026. Here's We now have more homes for sale this month than we did last month and more than we did a year ago. But at the same time, homes sold faster in July. So the question this month is, if there are more homes for sale, why are homes selling faster? Let's look at the numbers because I think the answer tells us something important about what buyers are doing right now. Let's start with inventory. Now, we ended July with 4,486 active listings. That's up 5.2% from June and up 6.5% from July of last year. So inventory continues the steady upward trend that we've been watching throughout the summer. There were 1,366 closed sales in July. And that's actually 7.8% higher than July of last year, but down 18.2% from June. Now, June was an especially strong month with 1,670 closings. So I wouldn't read too much into that month-to-month decline all by itself. I mean, what I find more important is that even with the slowdown from June, we still closed nearly 8% more homes than we did last year. So there's still plenty of activity in the market. But when we look at the pending sales, we start to see another part of the story. Now, pending sales are something I'm watching a little more closely. There were 1,259 pending sales in July. Now, that's down 10% from June, although still slightly ahead of July of last year. But what's interesting is that this isn't just a 1 month change. I mean, pending sales have now declined month over month for 3 consecutive months, from 1,481 in May to 1,402 in June, and now 1,259 in July. What's causing these buyers to pull back a little? Well, we can't know for certain, just based on these numbers alone, but I think affordability is likely part of the story. Mortgage rates moved higher during the month of July, and our median sale price has now reached $320,000. So you put those two things together, and sometimes a monthly payment simply becomes more challenging for some buyers. And there's also some broader economic uncertainty, which can make people a little more cautious about making financial decisions. So I don't think that these numbers tell us that buyers have disappeared. But I do think that they're telling us that buyers may be becoming a little more selective and a little bit more sensitive to affordability as our summer progresses. Now let's look at prices. Our median sale price in the month of July was $320,000. Now that's up nearly 7% from the $300,000 in July of last year, and just slightly higher than June's $300,000. And I think that's important when we put it together and with everything we've just talked about. I mean, we have more inventory. We've seen pending sales decline for 3 consecutive months now, but we haven't seen a median sale price decline along with them. In fact, the median sale price is still higher than it was a year ago. So once again, the market isn't giving us a simple more inventory equals lower prices story. And now we get to the number that really stood out to me this month. Homes that sold in July were on the market for 49 days. In June, that number was 58 days. Now that's a 15% decrease in just 1 month. And July was even slightly faster than a year ago, where the days on market was 50 days. So Think about that for a minute. We have more homes for the buyers to choose from, and pending sales have been declining. And yet, homes that sold in July sold considerably faster. And this is what stood out to me in July's numbers: 58 days in June, 49 days in July, and that's 9 fewer days on the market in just 1 month. And it happened while active inventory increased to 4,486 homes. Now, at first, those two statistics may seem like they contradict each other, but I actually think together they're giving us a pretty good picture of what buyers are doing right now. So let's come back to our question. If there are more homes for sale, why are homes selling faster? Well, I think July may be telling us that demand is becoming more selective. There may be fewer buyers writing contracts than there were earlier this spring. And again, affordability may be a factor, that are causing some buyers to step back or become more cautious. But the buyers who are in the market right now, they have more homes to choose from. And when they find a home that they believe is priced appropriately, shows well, and offers good value compared to the competition, they're willing to act. And that's an important distinction, because more inventory doesn't necessarily mean there's no demand. It can mean that buyers have more choices, so they can be more selective about the home they choose. Now, that could help explain why we can have rising inventory, declining pending sales, and at the same time, faster selling times for the homes that do actually sell. And that's really my market perspective this month. For sellers, I think the July numbers send a pretty important message. You aren't just putting your home on the market. You are competing for the buyers that are in the market. And when buyers have more choices, price, condition, presentation, and how your home compares with the competition becomes even more important. The good news is buyers are still buying. They're up nearly 8% higher than they were a year ago, and the homes that sold actually sold faster. But buyers don't necessarily have to settle for a home that doesn't feel like the right value when they have other choices. So sellers, there's no reason to worry about the increase in inventory. Just make your house shine against the competition, and you may enjoy a faster sale time. And for buyers, the increase in inventory is good news for you too. You have more options and can be selective to find just the right home for you. And perhaps you even have more opportunity to negotiate on your offer as well as during the home inspection. So my goal each month isn't just to report the Des Moines, Iowa housing market. It's to help you understand it. Because the more you understand it, the more confident you'll be when it's time to make your move. And of course, these numbers, they tell us what's happening across the overall Des Moines market. I mean, what's happening in your neighborhood, your price range, or maybe the type of home that you're looking for, they can all look very different. So if you're thinking about buying or selling and you'd like to talk through what these numbers might mean for you in your particular situation, please reach out. I'm always happy to help. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And I'll see you right back here next month for our local Des Moines, Iowa housing market update. It's a huge price reduction on a spectacular home in Waukee. Now, I guarantee you this home will wow you. So check out my next video. It's a home tour of one of the most stunning homes I've ever listed.